Greetings from the Galilee. This week saw a lot of movement in the Aliyah front, with several thousand new immigrants either landing here in the Holy Land or on their way here. The pace of immigration has prompted the government, as well as many private initiatives, to announce increased levels of activity in order to meet the growing needs. This includes Nefesh B'Nefesh, which announced recently that it will put on a MedX event in the United States and New Jersey to assist new immigrants in the medical profession. The growing population in Israel needs more nurses, lab technicians, medical orderlies, pharmacists, etc. And that need is just growing. Thus, priority is being given to assist the potential new immigrants who have these top professional backgrounds. The Israeli Medical Association, the Ministry of Health, and most of Israel's major hospitals and health maintenance organizations are all participating in the event. Israel's Ministry of Aliyah and Integration, also the Jewish Agency for Israel, Karen Kayemet L'Israel, KKL, and the Jewish National Fund, JNF, are also sponsoring this big event, and using our own networks to attract interest. This MedX track has proven to be an indispensable part of the medical Aliyah process, and it's exciting for us to once again host this in-person event in New Jersey, especially as we continue to see an increase in Aliyah interest from medical professionals from North America, says Tony Gelbart, co-founder and chairman of Nefesh B'Nefesh. Nefesh B'Nefesh is constantly striving to create accessible ways for potential immigrants to explore their options, take additional steps towards fulfilling their Aliyah dreams. Through MedX, we are excited to assist all kinds of medical professionals to make substantial inroads in their process into their medical license obtaining and minimalizing bureaucracy and enabling real-time interviews and job placements in advance of their Aliyah. Meanwhile, Aliyah continues from more traditional streams as well, as demonstrated this week when a Jewish couple from Turkey lands in Israel. This couple, whose names were not publicly released, was reported to be in one of the areas of Turkey that was worst hit in the recent earthquake. They're also joined by a steadily growing stream of new immigrants fleeing the war, both from Russia and from Ukraine. That war shows no signs of ending, and new immigrants continue to arrive in Israel every week from both countries, as well as other parts of the former Soviet Union. As attractive as Israel is to new immigrants, Jewish people coming from all over the world, its role as a haven of Jewish people fleeing persecution, wars, other form of distress is still a major driver of Aliyah. And on that note, the effort to bring the remaining Jews from Ethiopia is still continuing. Around 1,500 Jewish people from Ethiopia are expected to arrive in the Holy Land this year, joining family members who have already made their journey. Sadly, in many cases, brothers, sisters, parents, and children who've been separated for years, they've been separated for so many years. Those who are coming this year are the last remnants of an ancient Jewish community in Ethiopia who traces its roots all the way back to the time of Queen of Sheba, when she had a child with the Israelite king Solomon. According to tradition, of course, in the Keber Negast book, Solomon sends a group of pioneers to Ethiopia to help his son worship the God of Israel, and the community thrives, and they attracted others from Israel and Judea, and they had a whole entire community there, especially after the conquest of Israel by Babylon in 586 BC. Keeping their unique communal traditions over the centuries, this community first began to become interested in moving to Israel as a group in the late 1970s. And the Israeli government launched a series of efforts to bring them home. These efforts culminated in an airlift called Operation Solomon in 1991. And today there's an estimated 150,000 Israelis of Ethiopian ancestry. What does all this mean? But there's no question that large numbers will continue coming, and the efforts of private initiatives like Nefesh B'Nefesh, like Aliyah Return Center, complement the government's efforts to ramp up the machinery, the infrastructure, and much more to welcome new immigrants and assist them to find suitable work, affordable housing, and other things that are desperately needed for a normal life here in Israel. But of course, we would love to do more, and that is why we need your help. Please consider giving generously, sowing in to the amazing work that's being done here in the Galilee. Thank you so much for joining us. We look forward to keeping you posted as to the latest developments that relate to Aliyah and return and restoration. God bless you from the land of Israel.